Hello, traders. This is Rich from tradesight. Here's the market-leading stocks for the coming session. This is for Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2015. Got a little bit of a bias here on the NASDAQ side to the buy side, as you can see. Fair amount of upside CPSs, but we do have a scattering of some sell-side indications here. For the most part, we're down on volume, but we did have a couple of volume bumps. So Baidu, big volume bump, very negative day there. Broadcom had a bump. Altera had a volume bump and an open close deviation. Juniper got a bump. Tesla volume bump after it released some sales numbers. And SanDisk, perhaps trying to pivot here a little bit, also got a volume bump. The other one to watch here too is the open close deviation here in Netflix with the upside CPS associated with it. Financials definitely biased to the buy side here. There were mostly on later volume. A couple of bumps in volume were CME with the contra candle to the upside, and also Sallie Mae, but none of the biggies. Visa was in the neighborhood, as was MasterCard, both the plastic companies, but came up a little bit short of the necessary reading. The energy patch definitely to the downside here, off of a pretty very strong day. A number of RPSs to the downside here, where things didn't hold up quite well enough. Rig had a very strong day, up about 10% today, but pulled enough off of the high to set up with volume with an RPS condition to the downside. Also had that CHK and BTUs to the upside here with a buy signal. So keep an eye on those for the coming session. Market generals is more mixed than the rest of the stuff that we've looked at so far. Kind of a mix between buys and sells, and here we see a little bit more of the volume to the downside. VMware had a volume bump, but no signal with it, though it did close nicely above the day's open, pulling back a little bit. Minnesota Mining, Triple M, one of the kind of slow-crawling Dow stalwarts, had a strong day with a decent close. Housing names, pretty good volume in NVR, and we had a RPS to the downside in Lowe's, but we didn't have a volume bump with that one. Transport's pretty weak for the most part on the higher energy prices. A lot of the airlines were kind of in the last lagger category. CSX had a downside CPS, as did UNP, and Norfolk Southern NSC had a volume bump. Commodity names, a lot of contra candles here where they gapped up but closed lower on the day, or not lower on the day, but below their open. So keep an eye on that. ACH had a volume bump. Barrick Gold just missed open close deviation, as did Newmont to the downside. And Newmont actually went out very weakly and decently below the day's VWAP, as did Silver Wheat and SLW. So keep an eye on those for tomorrow. All right, folks, as always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.